Hello YouTube! Welcome back to the channel if you've already been here before, and if you haven't, welcome to my channel, Always Bolt the Bird. So, this week we are going to be playing what I think is a really fun deck. I'm calling it Turbo Ooze. Basically the idea is to just ramp really early and get down to turn 3, or worst case, turn 4, Biogenic Ooze. So the card that it pretty much centers around is Biogenic Ooze. When it comes into the battlefield, you create a 2/2 Ooze creature. Then at the beginning of your end step, you put a 1/1 counter on each Ooze you control. You can also pay 4 to make an Ooze. The other card that it centers around is Arcane Adaptation. We've seen this in actually a couple of the videos that I've posted, but basically when it comes into the battlefield, you just choose a creature type, and creatures everywhere. The only, like in your graveyard, in your hand, in your deck, and on the battlefield are all whatever you choose. So obviously we're choosing Ooze, because then it'll put a +1/+1 counter on everything, because they'll all be Oozes. So, alright, and then Quasiduplicate, because duplicating stuff is always fun. Now, in the early game, we have a ton of ramp. 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Incubation Druids, and 4 Growth Spirals. What you need is, on turn 1, if you play a Llanowar Elf, in turn 2, you play either an Incubation Druid, a Growth Spiral, or a Llanowar Elf, and you don't miss a land drop, on turn 3, you'll have 5 mana to play the Biogenic Ooze. Actually, in a bunch of the games, we got turn 3 Biogenic Oozes. So, basically just a whole bunch of ramp. Then, like I said, you get your Arcane Adaptation and your Quasi-Duplicates, just to make those Oozes, which is already an amazing card, even better. 2 Rhythm of the Wilds, because, no, one's better than a Biogenic Ooze. A Biogenic Ooze that can't be countered and comes in with a 1/1 counter. Hadana's Climb. With all these counters that we have, flipping Hadana's Climb is usually easy. And when it does flip, you just make something huge and hit him in the air. You've got some Domri. Mainly the -3, because it helps us look for a creature, but the +1's pretty good too, because it comes in with Riot, and then there will +1/+1 counter on it. Biogenic Ooze we already went over. So, yeah, and I was actually short one card, so I threw a Vivien Reid in. One, because the +1 is really good, you can look at the top 4 cards, but the -3, in the meta that's going around, there's a lot of enchantments, a lot of creatures with flying, so Vivien Reid is basically an all-around removal. Then, Mirror March. I really wanted this to work out. I think the last game you'll see, so I played against a Mirror March deck. It worked out for them. We never got this off, but Biogenic Ooze comes in, you might get a bunch of copies of it. If it works, it's really cool. We haven't, but... And then, as a game finisher, End-Raze Forerunners. Just Vigilant Trample Haste. When it comes in, all the other creatures get +2/+2, gain Vigilant Trample until end of turn. So that's a really fun card. We had this, one of the games we played this, really good. And then basically just a couple of islands, couple of mountains, no forests, the 2 Memorial to Unities, and then just 4 Rootbound Crag, 4 Stomping Ground, 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Hinterland Harbor. The deck list will be in the description box below. This has been a really fun deck to make, really fun deck to play with. It actually did pretty good. I think I'm showing you 4 games in this video, but I think it only took me like maybe 5 or 6 games to get 4 winning games. So, actually that brings up a good point. I have a question for you guys on YouTube. The way I've been doing all the videos on the channel is basically this. I have been playing games, and when I win, or if I'm playing around this certain card, like in the Firemind's research, I record all the games, but then I go through and I only pick out the ones where I win using the card or the combo that I'm showing off. Would you rather see videos like that, or would you rather me just see me play like maybe like an event and just play until I either win all 5 or lose 2 or whatever? So let me know in the comments section down below. But If you enjoyed this deck, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You'll get notified every time we post a video. Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. I'm going to keep saying it, but at some point I will start streaming on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/alwayswaltthebird. It's link in the description. I'm not posting on Twitch right now because it's super boring to just post talking to yourself. But, yeah, so let's get to the games. Alright, let's go for that elusive turn 3 Ooze. Alright, Poppy T, let's see what you got. We got the Ooze, turn 1, 2. We might have that turn 3 Ooze. We'll see. I'm gonna pay 2 life to get it, though. Alright, so, pay 2 life, Llanowar Elves. Alright, Discovery. Taking a little look-see, figuring out if he wants them or not. Alright, so let's do that. If I play the Druid, 1, 2, 3, 4, next turn 5. Alright, so this is turn 3. Alright, so we'll play the Druid. I guess we'll attack for 1. Oh no, that was turn 2. Oh, we got it. Oh no. Oh well. They'll take one of our oozes. Alright, so that was turn 2. Oh, is it? Oh, it's non-creature, non-land. Okay. Whew. And a Mirror March. Alright, so turn 3, we get the ooze. Do we get to keep it? Does it live? That's a better question. And then next turn we'll Mirror March. Or play another... Yeah, we'll Mirror March and then try to ooze. On the turn afterwards. But it all comes down to, let's see what they play. They play nothing. That means that maybe they have a counter? Yep, there's the counter. Alright, so we got one of them out of their hands. They could block and have some... Alright, so let's do no attacks. Pump them up a little bit. Chemister's Insight. Alright, well that's a good sign. That means that they don't have much in their hand, if anything. Alright, so they play a Swamp. Alright, so... a little bit more oozes. Alright, so we'll attack with this. Alright, gets in for 4. Ooze get bigger. I get the Knights from the opponent. Wizards, I want to thanks. Thank you, Poppy T. Come on. I want to thanks. That seems like standard emote. Alright, so murder. Makes sense. And now we got... Alright, so... Alright, Thief of Sanity. That goes into our hand. interesting. Well, let's do this. Let's go to combat. What's all attack for a 10, 14. Yeah, so it is lethal, so that's how we get the Thief of Sanity off the board. Alright, so he's going to keep the Kite Sail around. Down to 2, drop a mountain, grow the little oozes, and concedes. Opponent scoops it up. Alright, well, I mean, turn 3 ooze seems like a pretty darn good card. Yeah, followed by a turn 4 ooze is a pretty good thing too. So, alright, time for some turbo ooze. Getting those turn 3 ooze seems pretty fun. Alright, looking for an opponent. And we found an opponent. Alrighty. Okalamo. No, that's not right. Yeah, Okamelo. We'll keep it. Opponent. Thinking about a mulligan. Alright, so Breeding Pool, we'll pay 2 life. We'll throw out Llanowar Elves. Alright, so mono red. Yep, mono red. Gonna kill the elf. Doesn't kill the elf. Alright, no blocks. Alright, so we will... I have to assume that any creatures are gonna get killed, so... Let's Growth Spiral, draw a card. Alright, so if we can keep our elf... We do get a turn 2, turn 3 ooze. If we can't keep our elf, we don't. Alright, no blocks. Maybe he's got to scare the critics. Alright, light up the stage. Alright, Lava Runner. Alright, so Hinterland Harbor, ooze. I mean, he drew all the removal, but let's make him use the removal. Okay. Opponent going face. Sure. If he attacks... Alright, opponent going super face. I don't know if that was the right way to do it. Let's Quasiduplicate the ooze. Let's throw down a druid. And get in with the ooze. Grow our ooze. Alright, so some of them are at least out of Lava Coil range, but I don't think that deck runs that. I mean, for all we know, he can have 9 points of burn in their hand. Alright, so that's 2 points of burn. And opponent scoops it up. I don't think I would have gone all face with all that burn. I know that that's what the deck is supposed to do. But I think I would have been more worried about getting the ooze off the battlefield. Unless you knew for certain that you could win next turn. But I don't think the opponent played that right. I think he should have gotten rid of... While he had the chance, he could have gotten rid of both the ooze and the ooze token. Yeah, and then I wouldn't have been able to duplicate the ooze. I mean, he played the game the way they played the game. But... I don't think I would have gone off face. Oh well. Alright. Turbo Ooze. 3 out of 4 scientists say it's 80% better than Turbo Fog. Alright. Let's see if we can get that turn 3 ooze. No. But... Alright, so pay 2 life. Still a good hand. So next turn... All the breeding pools. So do this, so at least I don't have to pay life. Pump my Llanowar Elf a little bit. And see what happens. Alright, naturalize. Fair enough. Stomping Ground and breeding pool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play this. We'll say it's tapped. All attack. Hit him for 2. Nobody plays Naturalize anymore. It's all Crushing Canopy nowadays. Alright, their own Llanowar Elf. Into a Saproling migration. Okay, I guess breeding pool, pay 2 life. Playing ooze. Alright, so now there are a ton of cards that we want to draw. Quasiduplicate. More ooze. Legion's Landing, okay. Really? Oh, okay. I guess to flip. And just to flip it. Incubation Druid isn't the greatest. But we'll get our own. May as well attack. Okay, gets in for 3. Ooze get a little bit bigger. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ixalan's binding on an ooze. Alright, so... Trample Haste. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we'll pay 2 life. We will tap for green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I guess we have to tap this way. Because I still wanted to use the Llanowar Elf. Add green. 5, 6, 7. What are... Oh, it's 8. Why am I not able to speak? To count? Well, try luck. I'm sorry I wasted your time. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought it was 7. Oh well. Alright, so Leonin War Leader. 4, 5, 6. So they can't kill this little guy. You can trade. Actually, I think that's game. Because 4, 5, 6 has to go here, but 1 will get through. Then anything here will get through. If he doesn't... let's adapt. Yep, that's game. Winning the ooze deck, winning with an ooze deck without an ooze. All attack. Yeah, something's getting through. Everything's higher than 2. Unless he's got a little trick that I don't know for 1 green. I think that's game. But does he know that's game? Come on. Either block or don't, or concede. But there's no reason to just draw this out. Alright. Well, we won without a news. Hey, the Ooze deck came through. Alright, Turbo Ooze it is. This deck is surprisingly pretty efficient. It's not amazing. But it is pretty darn good. Alright, so... yeah, I guess we'll keep it. Hopefully we'll draw a land. Pay 2 life. Llanowar Elf. Go! Go, Lanny, go! Do 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 do. Llanowar Elf. Alright, so we did draw a land. I guess why not attack? Actually, I realized that, yeah, Jason made a boo-boo. Should have played the island. Skipped attacking. Played Hadana's Climb. Oh well. Let's see if it matters. Alright, so it gets a Growth Chamber Guardian. Alright, so Hadana's Climb. Llanowar Elf. Throw it on the untapped one. Doesn't matter too much, but... alright, so I'm guessing we're going to see a Growth Chamber drop. Nope, Crushing Canopy. See, that's what people play nowadays. Alright, so... Ooze, go! And a Stomping Ground. Enters tapped. Grow the Ooze just a wee bit. Jade Light Ranger, that's a good card. Biomancer's Familiar, leaves it on top. And scoops it up. Okay. We win. That's one of those classic arena scoops. I mean, I didn't know what he had in his hand, but he did have another creature to play next turn. With this being a 4/3, I'm definitely not attacking with any of these because I don't want to lose them. I mean, that's an arena scoop. I think he scooped a little bit early. I mean, he knows his deck, they know their deck, but maybe they don't have a board wipe, maybe they don't have a way to get rid of any of the oozes, maybe they just don't have large creatures, but I'm a huge advocate of, if you know you haven't lost completely, don't give up. At least play a couple more turns, so... alright, still. Alright, let's see if we can get a turn 3 Ooze, followed by a turn 4 Arcane Adaptation. And just overrun the board. That's a card that needs to come back. Overrun. No. Not much to do early, but... at least we're not taking 2 life for our first, for the first land we play. Wait, why am I Jaya? I've always been Karn. That's super weird. Throw down a... oh well. Alright, not a big deal. We will change it. Alright, so... we're playing Drakes, but we could be playing a ton of stuff. Yep. Jeskai it is. Alright, so... yeah, let's just play Druid. And... pass the turn. I mean, I could have played Domri. Next turn, cast Druid. With the +1/+1 counter on it from Riot. Alright, well... this kind of has the same effect. Let's attack. No sense in not attacking. I mean, this way we're going to take an extra 2 damage. I don't think I've ever seen a Jeskai deck play Viashino Pyromancer, so I wonder what they're actually playing. Alright, so Charter Course fills his hand up. I really want something. Come on, let's draw an untapped land so I can quasi-duplicate at least. Alright. Good enough. Nope. Blue. Alright, so quasi-duplicate. This deck might do... Alright, Spell Pierce, fine. We'll decline it. Quasi-duplicate. Throw a counter on that. I wonder what deck they're playing. Like, this is not any Jeskai deck that I know of, that I've seen played. Certainly not the Jeskai that I have. I'm guessing maybe a Shock or a Lightning Bolt. Yep. I can definitely want to draw something. We still do have 2 quasi-duplicates that we can use, kind of. Oh yeah, no blocks. You can get your 2 damage in. Alright. Exclusion Mage. Wait. What? Did he mean to do that? I would have put this one back in my hand. Okay, Merfolk Trickster. In response, let's add a whole bunch of green. Just in case we get an ooze. And oh. Dang it, we moved phases. Alright, so don't be like me. Don't forget that when you move phases, you... Don't forget that when you move phases, you, lose your mana. Alright, well, we flipped Hadana's. Which is a good thing, which means now we can fly over them. And start doing a little bit of damage. Alright, Mirror March. Alright, I don't know what they're playing. I got nothing. Alright, so we can quasi-duplicate the Ooze. Let's throw away a Domri. Submit. This costs 3, so we'll do it next turn. So we can... No, stop that. Oh, it's double blue. Alright, so I gotta do it that way. Alright, we will quasi-duplicate an Ooze. Throw away a Domri. Get more Ooze. Then we will Arcane Adaptation and turn everything into an Ooze. And then we will... They're only 3, so no attack. And now they get nice and huge. Alright, opponent, what do you got? If they have a Deputy Detention, I'm going to be very sad. Alright, let's see what they got. What the heck is that? Oh. I don't think I've ever seen this card played. Alright, so Mirror March. He's gonna go nuts with that in the Mirror March and see if he can... Alright, so it only happens that many times. Exile each card creature you control to that battlefield. It gains first strike and... Then return to the battlefield under its own control. It gains first strike until end of turn. Okay. That was a pretty nifty trick, though, with the Mirror March. Get rid of Exclusion Mage and see how many of them that they can put back in my hand. That might be a fun deck to make. Mirror March, Exclusion Mage. Alright, well, it's gotta go bye-bye. Alright, so Merfolk Trickster resolves. This time, yep, knocks down the big ooze. Merfolk Trickster knocks down the other big ooze. It's actually a pretty cool deck. Alright, we draw everything pointless. Alright, so they have a lot of power on the ground. So let's, what's their biggest guy? Alright, we'll send the Druid in the air. Next to combat. Next to attackers. One attacker. Alright, gets in for 12. We'll just hold on to our land. And the turn. That goes bye-bye. Unfortunately... Oh. Holy shit. Oh my god, did he just get 4 Niv Mizzets? Huh. Oh, and he scoops it up. Alright. First off, if you get so lucky to get 4 Niv Mizzets, well, 4 extra Niv Mizzets on a Mirror March, don't scoop. However, that really does suck that they are legendary and he had to get rid of them all. But I only had 1 card in hand. With the Niv Mizzet, I mean... Still, we won the game. No more speeches for this video. That was actually... I think you might be seeing a Mirror March, Merfolk Trickster, Exclusion Mage shenanigans deck next week. Alright, well, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see that deck made next week, well, I shouldn't say next week, next video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon, you'll get notified every video, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube, and yeah. If you have any ideas for any other decks, any other cards you want to see played, sometimes just building a deck around one certain card is really fun. Throw a comment down below, and I'll definitely get to them. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video, which is definitely going to be some type of Mirror March, Exclusion Mage, Merfolk Trickster deck, because that was super fun to play against. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.